Urgent, Chiefs Kingdom fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we bring you daily videos with the latest Chiefs Kingdom news, and don't forget to turn on notifications, so you don't miss anything. Chiefs called trade fit for former first-round edge with 21 career sacks. The Kansas City Chiefs just resigned veteran pass rusher Charles Omenihu on March 20th, but their edge rusher depth is still a little bit shaky, with recent draft picks Felix Anudike-Uzomah and B.J. Thompson failing to emerge early in their respective careers. The latter's entire NFL future is actually shrouded in uncertainty, being that he has not played in a game since suffering a seizure that sent him into cardiac arrest in June of 2024. So what if there was a way the Chiefs could solve their pass rusher issue via trade? Former New York Giants first-rounder Kayvon Thibodeau has come up as a potential trade candidate ahead of the 2025 NFL Draft. Let's say NYG uses the number 3 overall pick on Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter. With that in mind, last word on sports. Writer Anthony Palacios identified the Chiefs as one of 5 potential trade fits for Thibodeau on March 27th, noting that Kansas City traded for Joshua Uche to help remedy this issue last season. Now, Uche has left in free agency after failing to make an impact in 2024. Thibodeau has not only the size, but the potential speed to be a rotational piece that could carve out a role in this defense, Palacios argued. In 45 career starts, Thibodeau has flashed talent with 21 career sacks, 5 of which came in 2023, and 26 tackles for a loss, as well as 6 forced fumbles, 46 quarterback hits, and 11 pass defenses. Having said that, he hasn't exactly lived up to his draft status due to a lack of consistency, and the Giants could view Carter as a cheaper upgrade on Thibodeau after trading for and extending fellow edge defender Brian Burns. Giants' 5th year option decision could impact if Kayvon Thibodeau is available as trade candidate for Chiefs. There's another hurdle when it comes to trading for Thibodeau. The move would likely occur either before or during the draft if it were to happen at all. The reason for that is a 5th-year option decision looms just after draft weekend on May 2nd, and the Giants must decide if they'll be extending that offer to the former number 5 overall pick, even if they don't elect to trade him. On the flip side, if they do trade him, any potential suitor, i.e. the Chiefs, would have to weigh whether or not they'd like to pay Thibodeau's 5th-year option as well. Per NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero, and over the cap, Thibodeau's option would cost exactly $751 million in 2026. Keep in mind, KC is already deciding on 2 5th-year options of their own, George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie, so even if the Chiefs did trade for Thibodeau, it feels unlikely that they'd pick up his option. That would make the NYG pass rusher more of a 1-year rental, which could impact how much Kansas City is willing to give up. 2 AFC rivals of Chiefs listed as potential trade fits for Giants. Kayvon Thibodeau, along with the Chiefs, Palacios suggested 4 other suitors who line up as potential trade fits for Thibodeau. 2 of them were AFC rivals of Kansas City. The Beat NFL writer named the Los Angeles Chargers, Baltimore Ravens, Carolina Panthers, and New Orleans Saints as teams that line up as possible Thibodeau's suitors. Needless to say, 2 of those franchises, the Chargers and Ravens, could end up standing between the Chiefs and another Super Bowl appearance. More reason for KC to keep their ears open if Thibodeau becomes available ahead of the draft. Pausing. This news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Chiefs Kingdom news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Eagles-Chiefs blockbuster trade idea sends $57 million Travis Kelce replacement to KCT. The Kansas City Chiefs have to start getting a Travis Kelce succession plan in order. Kelce, 35, has an argument to be the NFL's best tight end ever, but the 3-time Super Bowl champion seems more than likely to hang up the cleats after one final season after taking his time to announce his 2025 return. No tight end the Chiefs can find is likely to be able to replace the numbers Kelce was putting up at his peak, but last season, Kansas City saw a much different version of Kelce, and they were still able to manage a Super Bowl appearance with a diminished offense. Could the Chiefs now find an alternative to Kelce's eventual replacement from the very same team that beat them in February? On Friday, Ethan Woody of NFL Trade Rumors proposed a hypothetical trade that would land Philadelphia Eagles tight end. Dallas Goedert to help pick up some of the slack in exchange for a 2025 fourth-round pick. It's not that Goedert would be the Chiefs' starting tight end for a decade, but he can help boost the offense now and ease the transition whenever Kelsey retires, Woody wrote. The Chiefs seem dedicated to this receiver by committee approach, so adding another versatile piece in Goedert would be beneficial. The Chiefs are also one of the sneaky leaders in 13 personnel formations with 3 tight ends on the field. Goedert would make those packages more effective. The 30-year-old Goedert was limited to 10 games this past season, posting 496 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was excellent in the playoffs, 215 yards and a touchdown, and has generally always been a steady 50 yards per game type of player when he's been on the field. Goedert's 4-year, $57 million contract extension expires at the end of the 2025 season, which is high on the list of reasons the Eagles would likely be willing to trade him. But should the Chiefs really give an extension to another tight end? Over 30, NFL rumors Chiefs draft targets after Ravens trade suggestion. The Kansas City Chiefs are currently in the middle of a highly important offseason for the future direction of the franchise, looking to put the pieces back together after being destroyed by the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs have already done some work to patch up their offensive line, which was decimated by the Eagles' defense, but there are still improvements to be made up and down the roster in Kansas City. Recently, NFL insider Chad Reuter of NFL.com proposed a shocking draft trade that would net the Chiefs the Baltimore Ravens' 27th overall pick in the first round, as well as their 4th-round pick in exchange for the Chiefs' own 31st overall pick, as well as their 3rd-round selection. With this slightly higher first-round position, the Chiefs would increase their chances of landing defensive tackle Walter Nolan to play beside All-Pro Chris Jones or an offensive lineman such as Tyler Booker, Ariante Ursary, Jonah Savainaya, or Gray Zabel, reported Reuter. An interesting proposal. It isn't often to see 2 teams in the same conference, both of whom fancy themselves Super Bowl contenders, doing business with one another. However, that's exactly what would go down in this proposed trade between the Chiefs and Ravens, 2 teams who met in the 2023-24 AFC Championship game, which Kansas City won in narrow fashion. Indeed, both sides of the line looked absolutely listless for the Chiefs during their demolition at the hands of the Eagles. Patrick Mahomes had virtually no time to scan the field for open receivers, while Jalen Hurts and the Eagles moved methodically down the field seemingly at will. Overall, in today's NFL, it's uncommon but still possible to find a player in the late first round of the draft who's ready to contribute right away to a Super Bowl contender, and that's exactly what the Chiefs will look to find, be it with their own pick or someone else's. The NFL draft is slated to get underway in late April from Green Bay. And now, Chiefs fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Chiefs. He'll be back any moment with more Chiefs Kingdom news.